Welcome to my latest episode of Weekly Insights with Joanie, and the material is edited excerpts from my new online course, Drive Through and Make It Your Own. And what we're talking about today is we are on the fourth of the 5-part series on how to unpack your emotional baggage. So what we're specifically going to talk about today is that we tend to bargain with what's in that emotional baggage. I'm not sure I'm going to take that out, but only maybe that out. So we all know what bargaining is. So let's go to why we do it and how we can stop doing that. If you're like many people, a life crisis or a major change in relationships or career will serve as an immediate catalyst to unpack some of the contents in your emotional baggage, just not all of it. This is where bargaining with the contents comes into play. Why does this happen? And how does this play out for most people? It happens because you reach the point of no return, where the weight of the contents is just too much to bear. So you take a few things out to lighten the load, but not the real heavy stuff. Just enough so you can survive the current life crisis and drag the baggage to the next stop on your life's journey. We all know what it feels like to bargain for something we want to buy. But what we're talking about here is bargaining to get rid of things out of your emotional baggage. So why is this bargaining coming into effect? It's because of two reasons. Let's talk about those two reasons now. The two most common reasons people are forced to look in their emotional baggage and why they bargain with its contents are the following. 1, you resist change. And 2, you are overwhelmed with an overly active life. So let's look at the first reason. One, change in life is different for each of us, but the following is consistent for everyone. The more you resist inner and outer signs of inevitable change, the more you bargain with the contents in your emotional baggage. In doing so, change pushes back. The result is your life becomes far more stressful because you are fighting a losing battle against an immutable law of nature. Bargaining with the contents ultimately leads to a breaking point where some form of life crisis occurs. The specific nature of this crisis may appear random on the surface, but it is not. Now you are forced to unpack the contents of your emotional baggage, whether you want to or not. How much do you unpack? And is it enough to sustain the positive changes you desire? Let's now look at the second biggest reason, which is having an overly active career and just life in general. We can all relate to that as a reason why it's difficult to unpack our emotional baggage. And the second reason, when a life crisis hits, it jars you out of your routine. Before the crisis happens, the signs for its impending arrival are everywhere, but they are often ignored. This is especially true when life appears to be successful and happy on the outside. In these situations, the sign for change, along with the mounting stress, are temporarily muted by an overly active life. If you can relate, it's because you too may have overlooked the weight of your emotional baggage as a result of an overly active lifestyle. Only in the moments of upheaval in your life are you then forced to unlock the bag, raise the lid, and view what's inside. In those situations when life has suddenly shifted, your survival instincts kick in. At this point, you know you are not going anywhere else until some of the excess weight is dealt with. We've talked about some amazing things today and some things that go on in the back of our minds that we aren't always totally aware of. So, to help integrate all of this about unpacking our emotional baggage and why we have difficulty with it, I like to now share with you 6 wonderful journal prompts to bring it into focus. Create some time after this video to journal your answers to the following. 1. What recent life crisis have you gone through that prompted you to look at the contents in your emotional baggage? And 2, which contents did you begin releasing? And 3, which contents did you bargain with and have yet to fully unpack? 4, as you become clearer with what contents you have bargained with, identify and then write out what limiting beliefs and unhealed traumatic experience relate to these contents. And 5, in what areas of your life are you still resisting change? And 6, if you are stressed out by an overly active life, which areas would you like to slow down and why? Thank you so much for watching this episode, and for more information on my online course, especially my new one, Drive Through, Make It Your Own, they are on udemy.com, and in the search box, just type in my name, Joanie Marks. And until we meet again for the next episode, remember, please, every morning to look into your mirror, smile at yourself, and say, I am my own best friend, for I came into this world to be myself. For that I came. And thank you, and all my best.